Like a little cricket. Let me fix my camera here. There. I don't think I'm falling off the camera now. You just gotta laugh. I'm sending you all love. Thank you guys so much for joining me either live or on the playback. Appreciate you being here and watching. Love, love, love all the messages that are coming in. And I think yeah. I thought, is my camera straight? Am I like falling off? Oh, I tell you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday nights or Monday morning for those of you on the other side of the world. Appreciate you all being here. Happy Scorpio season. Let me pop that into the chat. I did post a new video for the Scorpio season. So that is in the chat there. And then also we have a new moon eclipse, a partial eclipse that is coming up here on Tuesday. And so be sure to check out your weekly energy update that posted yesterday by Zodiac sign and just see what is in store for you. What messages are coming your way? So I do love all this beautiful energy that's coming in. And let me pop out the chat here and let's get this where we can see everybody. Much better. Hey, Jazz, welcome back. Leah, Strawberry Rose, and Lisa Marie, Dollface Diva, Sahu. Hey, Gail, Christine, hello, and Amrita, Deb, welcome, and KK, welcome. All right, and Christine, I hope you checked out the winner video for this week's 30-minute free recorded reading. I believe your picture's really small, but I believe if you commented on Gemini, you just might have been the winner. So be sure to check out that video. So congratulations to you. If that was you. If it's not you, I'm like, oh well, it was a Christine that won this week. So definitely check out the winner video if you want to know how to sign up and have the opportunity to possibly win a 30-minute personal recorded reading from me. And what I do is I just I have you send me like what questions you want to personally ask, and then you get a 30-minute video of what spirit is bringing through and cards and everything specifically for you. So I am looking forward to doing that. I obviously love doing private readings. These are kind of public private readings. So the private readings, even more information comes through because spirit knows. They're like, not everyone wants all their business, out there. They get enough detail enough in these readings, but they go even deeper in the personal recorded ones that only you see. So love it, love it, love it. I do want to again send out love together if we can to the world, because the more of us that join together, it amplifies the love and it counteracts so much of the lower energy, the lower love energy out there that is rooted in fear. So if you'll just join me, if you feel led to, just take a deep breath. Let that beautiful love from above just fall down into us, fill up our heart, fill us up, and overflow out to the world, letting it do what it wants to do for the world. And for any of you that need anything, any kind of transformation, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, we allow the energy to do its thing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we clear our minds and open them up to the things of spirit. We open our third eye to the things of spirit. We open our ears to hear from spirit, and we open our voice and our actions and arms to speak of unconditional love and of spirit. All right, everybody, let us get going. Hey, Catherine and Kayla, thank you guys for being here as well. And we are going to get started on the readings this evening. Hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. For those who are in the United States, because your weekend's coming to an end. And then those who are outside, hope you had a good Monday, a good Monday morning, a good night's sleep, and welcome to your week. So we will start with Jazz, and you are very welcome for all the readings. And you just want to know what to expect tomorrow for a general reading. And we will. We're going to start with the Radiant Rider Waite. Let's see what's going on for you tomorrow that Spirit would like you to know. And then Leah, we will look into that. And then Strawberry Rose. All right. So let's take a look here, Jazz. Let's see. What does your day look like tomorrow? What would Spirit like you to know? Any heads up? Anything? Okay. So I gave you 4 cards. Let's see what these have going on. Oh, great. So you do have the Star card, which is Aquarian beautiful energy, hope and brightness. And no matter what happens tomorrow, I really feel there's this bright light in your day. Yeah, you have 9 of Cups, which is a emotional fulfillment from the inside out. So I feel like maybe you'll wake up in the morning just with this joy inside where you're just like, I'm just going to have a great day. Because you also have the King of Wands, which is all about standing in your power. And this, these 2 cards do represent your higher self too. The Star up here and the King of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your energy, but it's also your spiritual energy. And the king is the highest in that suit. So it's the highest spiritual energy that you can interact with, which is your higher self in the spirit world. So I love that that is coming in here. Yeah. And you have the Ace of Wands. Tomorrow is a powerful day. I feel like you are really going to get a hold of your power and who you are, and just allow yourself to focus on whatever you want to grow tomorrow. Because I feel like tomorrow is going to be a great day. I almost want to sing like a commercial, but it is going to be just a wonderful day of where you amplify in this eclipse. Of course, that's coming up in Scorpio on Tuesday. We're already feeling that beautiful energy, this beautiful change, the sudden movement of things. And I feel like tomorrow is just a day where you just wake up and it just feels like the day is just bright all the way through it. And the more you focus on what you're grateful for in it, it even amplifies it even more. So it looks like tomorrow is just going to be a very successful, bright, hopeful day. And the more, like I said, the more that you remember you have a magic wand and whatever you're pointing it at is what expands. And so if there's an opportunity to focus on something that you don't want in your life or grateful for something that you do, focus on the gratefulness, because that just explodes that like and amplifies it quite a bit. So I like that for you. So gonna have a wonderful day tomorrow, Jazz. It's all bright and sunshiny, at least on the inside. It may be cloudy outside, but on the inside, you're gonna be bright. All right. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. Many blessings. And Leah, you want to know, you saw D last night after a very long time, and you'd like to ask what's on his mind after you met and what's coming towards you. Okay, let's take a look here. See what Spirit would like you to know. So, what is D thinking? What's on his mind now? Let's look at that first. Okay. And then what is coming towards you guys? Okay. So there is some balancing that's going on here. So these 3 cards, see, it's all the temperance, it's the patience, it's the balancing. He's going back and forth. One, just really standing in his power, looking at what he wants to do, where he wants to head, and has that kind of uh, energy around him. But he's also balancing it with his thoughts and his beliefs and his mindsets that are in his head that are kind of stealing away from this. So he moves into his power, and then he moves into his doubt, and then he moves into his power, and then he moves into his doubt. And what's coming for you guys is very hopeful. I mean, you've got the Aquarian card that just had popped out before, very bright. Um, Four of Wands is a solid energy foundation. It's usually about celebration, parties, weddings, different things like that. So it's very, um, hopeful that there's this brightness that's coming in for you guys. But stable, it's stable energy that is there, and I feel like that star in the sky represents like there is some not darkness, like, oh no, the darkness around us. It's just like it just seems like there's like a dimness around you guys, but this bright shining hope is allowing, it almost makes it brighter and makes it more hopeful because of all this darkness and dimness, if that makes any sense. It just feels like that bright light is shining, it's standing out so much against the contrast of things. But I kind of feel he's still going back and forth in his head because he's got these thoughts and beliefs that steal his joy, steal his power, and he's still kind of, going back and forth with that temperance. So um, it just seems like he's just kind of going through some stuff in his mind. He wants to stand up into his power, but the last time he stepped out, it's like he got smacked upside the head. And so he's really tentative about acting out on things and stepping out. So someone must have really done a number on him before. But he's just, there's still that hope. There's still this stable energy, which is good. It's better than, up and down or, ending type of cards. So I feel like it's hopeful, but they won't go beyond that. They're just like, go with the flow, go with the patience and the temperance. I know, blah, blah, blah. We always like that. but that's what they have for you right now, Leah. So many blessings to you. All right. Just lower this down a little bit so I can see who has come into the room here. Kayla B, Catherine, hello, hello. Talia, Shoeberry Smith, and Sarita, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. And we're going on to Strawberry Rose next, and then Lisa Marie will tackle those questions. And yeah, I had some good rest. I still had stuff to do today. The weekend's my like busy work week because I'm on, several times a day, and I got all the other stuff to do. But tomorrow I sleep in, so I will be so well rested, and it's supposed to get down to like 37 degrees or 27 degrees overnight. And so I'm going to be all snuggled under my comforter. All right, so let's take a look here. Is Sagittarius J interested in another woman right now? Let's take a look here. What else would you like us to know, please? Anything else? Well, so you got the Three of Cups in here, which the Three of Cups can represent three different people, right? And the Seven of Pentacles can also represent um, you know, a change of direction, a change of where they're wanting to focus energy as well. So I'm kind of, you know, these two cards together. I mean, this one coming out by itself, I was like, well, that means there's kind of a third emotion that's in there, like a love triangle in a way. And then the Seven of Pentacles is that they're just kind of in this indecision mode where they're looking at, is what the fruit that's happening in their life, is that what they want? Or are they changing things up? So I feel like there's this, um, it's circling, and I'm not sure how much it is. Yeah, the Strength card is coming in here, which does show your higher self and you here, you know. So, there's this um, connection, this that the lion is going to be hungry when it's looking outside of itself for its fulfillment and what it's looking for, and our higher self is the one that's going to be bringing in what we are truly searching for. So they do have like this message of strength and finding your inner strength inside you, because when someone is not happy on the inside, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to make someone else happy. And they will continue to go from person to person to person to person to person, thinking no one's making me happy when they're unhappy on the inside. And the Strength card really is about us being disappointed enough in the outside that we turn inward and upward for the love we're really looking for, which is the unconditional love from above, not the fickle, conditional love of the outside world that's unstable, because people change and pass away, and everything else is always changing, blows up, you know, stolen, whatever, all that outside stuff. We end up being disappointed enough eventually to turn back to the inside. There's also the Chariot card, which is movement, but also choice, and the Eight of Wands, which is also about movement of a lot of energy. So, whatever is going to unfold here is going to unfold fast and quick and furious. So, um, I feel like you're not going to have to wonder for long. It's either going to be over. Huh. So, just as I said that, the Death card came flying out, which is endings and new beginnings. So I almost feel like you will know very fast here, whether you want to continue it or not, or you want to be like, you know what, I don't need this, and I'm off on my own adventure, my own journey. Yeah. So I feel like you are looking for, again, this is emotional choices that you want to make, but it could also mean um, new love coming in for you, someone that's more in alignment with what you want out of life and from someone. Let me see here. Anything else? What's this one here? Yeah. So you got twos and twos. So this is where you're investing your energy. I feel like you're going to be at this point where you have your world in your hands, and you're going to decide what you want, what you're going to put up with or not, and what direction you want to head here. So yeah, I kind of getting the by all of that, it's kind of coming in, pretty clear that they're unhappy on the inside, and they're looking and thinking that something else in the world is going to make them happy. And you're like, okay, do what you're going to do, but I'm going to do what I want to do as well. So I kind of feel like, that's kind of what's happening here. So blessings to you, Strawberry Rose. You hang in there. All right, Lisa Marie, let's take a look here. We'll tackle your first question here first. You want to know if you're doing the right thing now by not pursuing your husband, but by focusing on being humble and grateful. Let's take a look here and see. What do they want you to know about that? Okay. And then we'll look into that second one there and see what spirit will allow us to dig into there. Well, your first question is really, really clear here because you've got the first card that popped out was the Nine of Pentacles, which is the Hermit's journey, looking within yourself, finding your wholeness and completeness there with spirit by your side. So, not pursuing and focusing on yourself and like your gratitude and just looking into what is truly going to make you whole and complete, because you also have the high priestess, who the high priestess of course goes into her high temple, connects to the upper realms and behind the veils, and digs into the unconscious and subconscious. And so she gets and takes herself away from all the drama that's going out in the world. And you have the Sun card, which is all about victory, brightness, and everything for you. So, with you focusing your energy on yourself and not trying to pursue and do and whatever with husband, it's like, yeah, you are on the right path for pursuing your innards in here, your heart, understanding what you want, what makes you feel full and whole and complete. So, definitely a very, very clear message there that you are doing the right thing right now by doing that. So, I like that for you. And let's take a look here. I want to know if Rodney is still using meth and heroin and living with Crystal in Arizona. And then is he involved in a romantic relationship, or is he trying to get clean? Okay, let's see what spirit will let us know. We're going to go dive into Rodney, see if Rodney's higher self will let us dive into that character's life. And let's see what's going on here. Let me just highlight this so I see where I'm at. Okay, what can you let us know about Rodney, please? What can you let us know about Rodney? Well, I do show that he's moving from rocky waters to calmer waters, and he's been having a change of his thoughts and his beliefs and his mindsets. So that kind of tells me a little bit that he's trying to improve his life and head where he wants to go. And the Nine of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, inner fulfillment. So I feel like that this would be that he's on a path of trying to find his inner worth here, and he's got the Ace of Wands too, which is passion and drive, and is holding his power within himself. So I almost, this all together would feel like that he's trying to, get his power back. He's trying to be in this place for his own wishes, and he has this mindset that's changing. Now, there's also the Two of Cups, though, which does speak of relationship, but I don't know if it's with Crystal or not, or if it's with someone else. Let's get some clarification on that if we can. Well, okay. Anything else? Let's see here. Three cards pop in here. Yeah. Okay. So we do have, there's a tower here, which is that things were removed out of his life and brought into his life on purpose for a purpose. And he's really balancing things out in pursuit of these higher truths, and his outside world seems to be in a very positive place. So I almost feel like this is more emotional choice that he's making. And it's almost like he's choosing himself, because I kind of feel like, there's these two things happening here, or there's someone else that really uh, is teaching him about self-love and healthy love. But I kind of feel like that Two of Cups doesn't feel like relationship to me. It feels like that he's making emotional choices for himself. Can you give me any clarity on that, just to make sure? anything. Bueller. Yeah, because he's got the Nine of Wands here. So, I mean, that's probably how he feels. And that he's realizing that he himself was the one that was blocking things in his life. So I feel like he's on a strong path more towards recovering and cleaning up because all those other cards are very positive. And I just don't know if that Two of Cups, I still don't feel like super confident that he's not with someone though. And whether he's trying to do it with Crystal, like they're doing it together and they're trying to get clean together. Let me see. Anything else? Oh, what was that? Well, we did get Ace of Cups, which is a new love, higher love. So it's not Crystal then, is what you're saying? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah. Because here's the High Priestess again about going inward and away from things. So I really feel like he's on his kind of inner journey, more so than with someone else. So I feel like it's more the latter than anything in that beginning piece of that. So I know sometimes you can feel like your heart aches for someone when you feel there's nothing that you can do, but what we all can do, when we have that tightness in our heart, it's our soul activating, wanting to do something with this compassion, love energy. And if you can't do anything in the physical world, it does feel like a garden hose with the spouts full blast, but the little, squirt thingy, whatever you call it, is off. And so the hose is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Well, that's what our heart does. And what we can do is send them love. And if we feel like the character isn't going to take it, the higher self behind the character always will. And just send it to their higher self, and their higher self will take that love. They're just always send it to me, and they'll use it for what they want on their path. And so every time you feel like your heartache or your just send love, send love, send love. And that's how we can help people out. So that's what they have for you, Lisa Marie. So many blessings to you. You hang in there. All right, Dollface Diva, let's take a look here. Why is Eric dragging out this situation with Julie? Eric, I swear. Let's take a look. What is going on there? And then Sahu, welcome, welcome. You'll be next. And then Rita. All right, let's take a look here. What is going on with Eric dragging things out? What would you like us to know about Eric's situation, please? All right. Well, I don't think it's going to be dragged out for much longer because the lightning is about to strike the tower and things are about to be moved out and moved in. Um, and, all card, really, it's about taking action and stepping forward. And the Two of Wands is where they're focusing their energy. So I feel like this isn't being going to be being dragged out. It's like they're waiting for some things to fall into place. But because we also have the double endings and double new beginnings coming with the Judgment card, where they're, you know, moving up and moving into transforming their life. It's like it's usually a higher calling from our higher self down to our human self to go to this higher place. And I feel like that's what's coming in here with this magician, is that there's going to be this uh, tugging at their heart to, that they feel uh, that they're not being fair to everyone in a situation, and they're trying to find the right time to, like you said, to take action, um, because again, they're getting this, their heart is getting, tapped on, going, this isn't right for everyone involved, and it's important for this to happen. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I just need I just want to wait until this thing and then I'll do it, and so I feel like they've got it in their head when they're going to do what they're going to do with handling the situation. And but it's not going to be too much longer because that lightning bolt is going to be sudden and fast, and it's just going to be like, oh, okay, this situation is taken care of. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like tomorrow or the next day. It's like it feels like it's coming fast and furious. So maybe by the end of the week is what I'm feeling on there. But of course, it's all divine timing. It will happen exactly when it is designed to happen for the sake of everyone. So just get some popcorn, enjoy the show. That's all we have to say. All right. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. All right. Many blessings. All right. Sahu, let's take a look here. You want to know what changes are coming in your life in the upcoming months. All right. Let's take a look here. See what Spirit would like you to know. And then Arita, you'll be up next. And then Christine. All right. So for Sahu, what would you like them to know? What changes are coming up in the upcoming months? All right. All right. What else? Anything else on this? Okay. Anything else? Anything else specific? All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anything else? Any more clarity around these? Okay. All right. Well, you do have changes a coming here. You have the Eight of Wands, which means you have a lot of energy, and it's going to be happening fast like a gazelle here. It's going to be changes are just going to be all boom, 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 boom. So uh, don't be too surprised when they start to happen, because you also have the Innocence of Pentacles, which does it's the Page of Pentacles, which means new opportunities opening up in the outside world. So some of the changes are that things are opening up, doors are opening, like, all right. But then you also have the Universe card, which is the um, world card in the Standard Tarot, which is ending of major cycles and new beginnings. So, in addition to new things opening up, you have things ending that are opening up new things. And you're like, all right, well, this is great. And then you have the King of Pentacles, which is the Spirit of Pentacles, which is about abundance and things that are opening up, and positive things that come. So it is positive changes that I feel are coming here. And then you also have the Tower, which is things being removed out of your life to make space for new things coming in. So you have both the World card and the Tower card, which endings and new beginnings, endings and new beginnings, innocence is new beginnings. Eight of Wands is about energy and activity. And then you have the Ace of Cups, new love coming in and new choices about what you want to focus on. And I feel like all of this comes down to this card, because the Two of Wands is about whatever you focus on is what grows and expands in your life. And regardless of whatever changes are coming through, if you focus on what you fear is leaving or lacking in your life, or that you don't want in your life, that grows. And if you're focusing on what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, then that grows. And I feel like all of this is about where you're investing your energy, because this Eight of Wands is a lot of energy being, you know, expelled from you. And it's like wherever you are focusing that, it's just like um, massive change. So don't underestimate the power of your power of choice and where you're focusing your attention, because wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. So sometimes spirit will show me, like we're wearing these fireman helmets that we have here in the United States, or these big helmets to protect their heads. And so it's this big ones on their head, and then there's this hose attached to it. And wherever we're looking, our energy's flowing out. And we're like, why is that growing? And spirit's like, because you're looking over there. Try looking over here. And like, oh, look at that grow. And so this is like spirit just going, remember, where you're looking is going to expand and grow in your life as well. But a lot of positive changes I feel are coming your way, even though sometimes there you feel like, why is that getting moved? And then remember, if something's being moved out of the way, it's because it's opening your path to bring in something always better and more in alignment with your path than what was there. So just trust it's happening for you, and it's not something that's being done to you when it happens. So I love it for you, Sahu. I feel like your life is just gonna burst wide open in very wonderful ways. So I like it. All right. So Amrita, you are up next, and then Christine, and then KK. So we will take a look here. Hey, Lilia, Lavina, welcome, welcome. Ashima, Era, Queen Bee, Ross, is that a Yeri, maybe? And PP, KDP, Angelina, love it. So thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you everyone for the thumbs up already. I really appreciate it. It just helps out the channel so much. And it helps just all the love get out there into the world more and more and more. And you are a part of that. And I really appreciate it. So thank you. Okay, so let's take a look here. So Christine, you want to know, um, so so your question you have was, is your daughter's father and you, John, any chance to be together again? Okay. Uh, well, let's take a look here and see what spirit would say. So we'll ask them, is it for both you and everyone involved? Is it for your highest experience to be together? And we'll see what spirit has to say. Okay. All right. Quite the story here. So let me just get these all scooched. So the first two cards that came up, you have the Lover's card and the Power of Choice card, which this is emotional choice, and this is the overall choice. At first, I was like, oh, look, Lovers. Because I was like, and then they're like, nope, this is all about choice. That we all have a choice, right? We get to choose what story we put to anything and what emotion we want to feel as we go through anything. And so this was basically saying there is this power of choice that is so important for our journeys here. And they are saying that there is no wrong choice. There are only just different choices, and different choices bring us different things. And they're showing me here, though, because you have the tower. And this is the Page of Cups, which is the about new love, higher love. And what they're showing is that whatever is not meant for us, is removed out of the way, and and what is meant for us will never pass us by, right? So if it's meant to be for you guys to be together, then it would be. But I feel like what they're saying with that tower coming in, that it's important for you, for whatever new love is headed your way. Because I also feel it was important for you with this Emperor card, the Skyfather card, that you took command of what was going on and that you had to make this choice to not be together again. Because here's the Fool's card, the new adventure. You needed to end an old cycle and um and begin. And you didn't just make this decision like, oh, you know what, I just want to end it. There was reason, there was um a process that you were like, I can't do this anymore, I can't be in the same cycle, and it needed to end, it needed to open up. And I think if you go back and really look at the reasons why, then you won't have like regrets of, you're like, oh yeah, because uh, I feel like you're remembering the good times. But if you just imagine yourself living together in the same place, you'd be like, okay, wait a minute. Here comes reality again, right? Because you do have the movement of wands, which is the Knight of Wands, and you have the star card here, which is Aquarius energy. But this is also your higher self. This is all your power, your energy that's coming in here too. And so, this is about looking, standing in your power. And, the Knight of Wands is about action and movement coming too. So I really feel like just focus on you and your power and your energy and realize I had to take my power back because it was getting uh squashed. It was like, I'm seeing like someone throwing a bucket of water on a torch over and over and over again, trying to dim the light because they didn't like the light, and it's like, but I have to be me. I have to shine. I have to do this. And so I feel like, you look at it and then you're like, okay, this is right. I did the right decision. And you don't have to worry about, your daughter chose you too as their parents, knowing full well what decisions would be made and how their life would be. And they chose both of you on purpose for a purpose. And so don't think that, oh, I'm failing my daughter and I'm not giving her the life that she should have and supposed to have. She chose you. She knew beforehand going in. And even though, um, until we realize it, we might be like, "Meh, meh, 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 meh," as teenagers and young adults. And then eventually we realize one day, one, our parents are a lot smarter than we ever gave them credit for. Suddenly it's like, wow, when did you guys get so smart? And they're like, yeah, yeah, we know, we were teenagers too. But also you realize later like why you chose your parents, the positive aspects of both, and then also the situation that you wanted. And if they wanted a um, broken home, they wanted this challenge, they wanted this independence, they wanted to be able to experience it. So just lighten up on yourself and be kind to yourself, knowing that you also have taught her that it's okay to stand up for yourself, not to just go with whatever, just take whatever for love. It's like, no, stand up for you, and that's a huge thing to teach someone. And maybe that's one of the huge reasons why she wanted you as her mom. Boom. So that's what they have for you right now, Christine. So many blessings to you. Move on to the next tier for KK. And you're having an important test tomorrow morning. Will you do well? And you want advice and guidance from spirit. You're trying not to stress out. I hear you. Let's take a look here. Let's see what they have to say. And then Catherine, 1111. You'll be up next. And Kayla B after that. And then Shoeberry Smith after that. Let's see what we have here. So we're going to use the Good Tarot for you, KK. Let's see the test for tomorrow. What advice do you have for them, please? You got the four of air, which is the four of swords, which is peace of mind, relax. Let's see what we got here. No, none of those. Okay. Yeah. So you do have the four of air, four of swords, and it basically, one, they're just saying, you know, when you are stressing and you're fearing, you're becoming your worst enemy when it comes to testing or interviewing, anything like that. Because when you fear, you go out of your mind. Literally, and you're moving away. Um, and all that studying, all the information, all that intelligence in that beautiful brain of yours is in a safe, and you don't have the combination. You're like, what's going on? I know this. I know this. Why am I not remembering it? And you're like, you feel the signs of fear, a dry mouth and a beating heart. And um, you're very hyper vigilant, and your breathing is off. And it's like, breathe. That's what you need to do. Take deep breaths. That helps bring you back. It helps you bring your back to your mind. It helps you bring you back. And just awareness that that's what's going on can help you go, "Oh, okay, I'm just my body, I'm scared, and it's okay. Come back. You're safe. It's not a it's not a big saber-toothed tiger that's about to eat you. It's just someone's opinion on whether your answers are right or wrong on a piece of parchment. And what are you really fearing?" And spirit, has you look at it. What are you really fearing? What's the worst thing that could happen? And when you face the fear of the worst case scenario, then you're like, okay, it's not as bad as the darkness has it. When we have that kept in the shadows, if we just write it out and go, okay, what's the worst that could happen? If I failed this test, what if I had to retake another class? Oh, it's going to throw me back. It's going to do this. What will people think? Blah, 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 blah. You're like, what will people think? Yeah, that's one of our biggest fears, right? What are people going to think if I fail this test? Well, one, if it's people that know you, they're not going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't pass the test. They're going to be like, you know what? You work so hard and you study so hard, and you got this. So why are you worried about it? The people that know you and care and love you are gonna support you, right? They're gonna be like, "Ugh, come on, let's go have some coffee, snap out of it. And if you're worried about the people that don't know you, they're making decisions without knowing all the facts. What do we care what opinion those people have? Because they're making poor decisions. And when we really think about our fears and what we're worried about and everything else, we're like, you know what? In the scheme of things, this doesn't matter. It's not as bad as my mind is making it out to be in those dark places. When you bring it out into the light, you really see it for what it is. Like, oh my God, if I make a mistake at work, I'm going to get fired. And then they're going to throw me out of my apartment. And then I'm going to end up living on the streets or out in the forest. I'm going to get eaten by wolves. It's like, really? You think that's really what happened? What about, don't you have friends that would let you sleep on the couch? Well, yeah. Well, yeah, really. And don't they have like, government assistance? And when you start to think about our fears, it's like, oh yeah, it's when they're hidden and in the dark, they seem so much more bigger and so much more real. But when you turn on the light, you're like, oh, that wasn't a stranger standing in my doorway about to murder me. That was my bathrobe I hung up. I forgot that I wanted to dry it. When we turn on the light, we realize what our fears really are. And that's what they're wanting to know, is to really face your fears. You do have the judgment card, which does tell you about you're so much more than this human character. It's your higher self calling you up to remember the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being you really are. This little character you're playing here is just it's just a character in a movie. They're like, you're gonna be fine when this life is over. You reconnect fully to your higher self, and they're like, this is just a play we're in. Tests and this and that and everything else. so small compared to eternity and everything else that we're doing and all these other dimensions and everything else. And so it's really helping putting things in perspective about what something is. Because you have the page of water, which is the page of cups, which is higher love. They're offering you this chalice that's full of unconditional love. Love without conditions. There's nothing you can do to lose it. You can't disappoint all of these beings of unconditional love and light who are way more intelligent than any of us down here. And if they're smart enough to love you unconditionally, then who cares what anyone else thinks, right? But they're offering you this saying, you are unconditionally loved by this expanse and host of beings of unconditional love and light. You've got guardian angels around you, spirit guides around you, loved ones who have already gone back to the other side around you, ancestors, spirit, creator, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe. You have a host of support around you. And they are letting you know that you can come to a peace of mind. And if you start to panic, remember to breathe. Just take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose, or just in through your mouth and out through your mouth. If you can't breathe through your nose, just bring it back, and you'll come back into your mind, and all that brilliant knowledge and information will be there for you. But they're like, face the fear and just really see, what am I really scared of? And then you're like, oh, I'm not scared of that. I will, like, you have survived 100% of everything that you have ever faced in your life, right? Or you wouldn't be here right now watching and having this reading. So they're like, look at your history. You'll get through anything that you face. So you'll be fine. Rest easy, rest your brain. You'll be fine. So that's what they have for you, KK. So there you go. All right. So Catherine, you are up next. And you want to just, not just, but you want general reading and guidance. So let's take a look here. I'm going to stick with the good tarot here, and let's see what we have going on. And then Kayla next, and then Shuberry, and then Sarita Malik. Malik. Hey, Alpedia, welcome, welcome. Oh, is it Diwali? Happy Diwali, everybody. Very good. All right, so Catherine, let's take a look here. What would Spirit like you to know? What guidance would they like you to have right now? What would you like Catherine to know? Okay. Anything else? Okay. So what we got going on here? All right. So the Seven of Water is here, and that's a Seven of Cups, which is all about emotion. And there's all this, like, it's all these emotions that are like circling or looping around where you're at. And it is happening for a reason. We've got temptation, we've got the shadow, we've got that shaking and rattling kind of your cage, which is really challenging some thoughts and some beliefs and some mindsets, which are triggering emotions and triggering, um, not, I wouldn't say confusion, but it's just like a flourish of emotions that are going around. It doesn't feel like confusion, it's more as irritation, like a bunch of gnats, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to feel this right now, but it's all coming at you. It's all coming to you for you to look at and understand, why do I have these beliefs inside that are triggering these emotions around me? And you have two other great cards that are going to help you with this, because you have the High Priestess, which is you stepping away from all the chaos, the situations that are causing these natty emotions, so that you can look inward and you can get into the silence and connect higher and connect lower into your heart and behind the veil and into your subconscious. really understand that because you also have the page of water here, which is the you know page of cups. So you're being offered a higher emotion, a new emotion, the Ace of Cups, which is the chalice, the holy grail that's full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. And so as you connect into your spirit inward and upward through your high priestess energy, through your instinct and your looking into those emotions, you get that flood of unconditional love that comes down and fills you up. And so it allows you to understand these emotions, and it helps you transform those from those that are rooted in the fears of losing a conditional love, and allows you to connect to these higher truths, this higher love that has no conditions, nothing you have to do to deserve it and earn it. You just it's yours because of who you are. You are a part of this beautiful, beautiful sea of unconditional love, and it's who you are. And so it's allowing you to see this deeper love and this higher love that's within you with what's happening here. Let's see, anything else? Any other guidance on this? Okay. They said not here, but over here. Oh, okay. So they want me just to pull a Queen of the Moon Oracle card for you. Let's see what you got there. Thank you guys so much for your patience as I do make my way down the list. And again, thank you for all your support and all your thumbs up and the likes. Really appreciate it. It helps out so much. That little YouTube algorithm, it just likes to eat up those likes, and it makes it want to share these videos automatically with other people as well. So appreciate all of you that have given me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, if you just give me a little one, I really appreciate it if you consider doing so. All right. Yep. You got the nourishment card here, Catherine. Card number 7. And let's see what comes with that for us here. Yeah. Choose to nourish your mind, your body, and your spirit. Feed your values. And when you are jealous or envious, it is a sign of what you are really hungering for. So pay attention to your health. The little affirmation for the card is I choose to nourish myself. All of us have a set of values that are as individual as our fingerprints. And sometimes we aren't sure what they might be if asked, but unconsciously we know. How do we know? Because if our values are not being met or lived, we rebel. We get angry, sad, depressed, irritable, or stuck, or we take the chaotic choice in our decision making. And commonly, our relationships and life are not harmonious. So that makes sense with all the 7 of cups, that these are the things that come up when we feel that we're not living our values. An example of this might be someone who has a strong value of honesty being asked to manipulate the truth every day in a sales job, or someone who highly values peace being surrounded by loud, drama filled people who are just the opposite of peaceful. Meeting our values and living by them is a sure way to nourish our being. We feel more complete and fulfilled if we're able to do that. Additionally, it probably isn't an exaggeration to say that the Western world is obsessed by food for the wrong reasons. Food is often used as pain relief, with many people overeating due to anxiety or pain. Food becomes a diversion rather than something that's nourishing or even simply enjoyable. Learning to nourish bodies purely to give them what they really need is a key to mental and physical health. And the companion stone for this is emerald. So if you have any emerald colored stones or clothing, then that can also help you with this. So that's what guidance and general information they have you for this evening, Catherine. So many blessings to you. All right, Kayla, you would like a general reading. So let's take a look here. And then Shoeberry Smith, you'll be next up to bat. So, what do you have for Kayla B? Okay. All right. So, your first card up here, Kayla, is the moon. And I feel like this is a time for, Mother Luna, for this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture of nurturing yourself and honoring the cycles of the moon, honoring the newness that's coming up that and the fullness that will come up after that. Because you do have the three of air, which would be the three of swords in the standard tarot, represents disappointment, heartache, um, heartbreak, feelings, fears, of not living up to expectations. And I feel like there's this surrendering of things that spirit is wanting you to be looking at, because you also have the hanged man, which when you add two and one together equals the three. So I feel like there's this, you know cocooning going on here, where these expectations, this pain, this past stuff that had happened, that you are in this, well, it's the cocooning, it's the mothering, it's almost like you're in a womb in a way too, because it just feels like you are in this sphere, like you're in this place, this bubble, protecting your heart, but you're also uh, putting healing salve on it. You're allowing the pain to dissipate, and you're pulling out the swords, going, okay, that doesn't impact me anymore. Pulling this one out, that doesn't impact him anymore. And so you are like in this, you're nursing yourself and you're healing yourself with all of that while you're going through this. And it's preparing you. And I love this card, and it is love, and it's because you're giving yourself this mother love. The number 6 can also be the number for mother, for parent, but I feel in this case it's like you are, like the lion would. This almost reminds me of the strength card, because it usually has the lion and the maiden, and it's so beautiful because it is like, this is your human self and this is your higher self, and it's just the two of you that are hanging out in this cocoon, and you're giving yourself the love and the healing that you need, and the time and the space to just get into this place where you're strong again, where your heart feels strong, where it feels safe, with all of that. Let me see what else they have to add here. Yeah. Yeah. Um, when I saw the moon card, I was thinking number 9, the hermit, and you do have the hermit card here too. So it is this time that you're taking away for that. Definitely, it is designed that way. The hermit usually has a lantern that has the star in it, which is its higher self. So your higher self is with you during this, showing you and guiding you on your path to show you what it is, the way, the wisdom, and helping you on that path. Because you have the page of air, which would be the page of swords. So you are having new thoughts, new beliefs, higher thoughts. They usually have the Ace of Swords, which helps you connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, and it helps you cut away the small T truths. Like that, the Three of Air. It's cutting away the expectations, the old ways of thinking about yourself, the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos, where all the disappointment originated within, and they're showing you truths that are rooted in unconditional love instead. And you come out of this with really powerful energy, because with the three of fire, which is the three of wands, that is a change of direction. So as you come out of that, you know, bubble, and once you are feeling this renewed strength and the support of your higher self, you we're making decisions to go certain directions and be attracted to certain type of people and want certain things. And now you come out of it going, you know what, I was headed off in this direction, but now with all this experience and information, I want to go off this direction. So that is what they're wanting you to know right now. Kayla, you have your little upside down smiley face. You're still smiling. Yeah. And it's, you know, this beautiful journey that you're on. And you're not alone. Your powerful higher self is right there with you through the whole thing. So I love it. Many blessings to you. All right. We will keep on going down the list here. And we are to Shoeberry Smith. And you want to know, will R and U be in a romantic relationship? Let's take a look here. I'm going to move to the Naked Heart Tarot and we'll find out that. And then Sarita, we'll go to your question next. And then Ashima. All right. So will R and you be in a romantic relationship? What would you like Shoeberry to know, please? Yep. So you got the Spirit of Wands here, which is the King of Wands. And you have a lot of powerful cards here about this one's about getting back your power and holding this in your hands, because you also have, with whatever's about to kind of roll forward in your life, you are moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, what feels like rocky waters into calmer waters. And you do have this balancing in your outer world that's going to be coming into play here too, because you got this beautiful Naked Heart card, which is specific to this deck. It doesn't come in any other tarot. And I always love, I should have it memorized by now because I've read it a couple times over these last few days, but I love it, how they present it. So I'm going to read it to you, because it says, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. As I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and my purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me, and it will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing, otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. When I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light, and I inspire others. And the little Luna moth that's up here, they whisper to you, you are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. So that message from with all this balancing and that taking the power into your own hands and this changing of mentality, I feel like you guys are not going to be in a romantic relationship, because I feel like you're going to step back and you're going to see things and going, oh, you know what, when I think and do what I always did, I always end up getting what I always got. And I feel like you're going to see some red flags or some things from before that you're just like, you know what? I'm not into that. I feel like I'm dimming myself. I want to shine bright. I want to be me. And I kind of feel like maybe you're shrinking and shrinking your light, and you're comparing yourself to other people that maybe they're interested in or they had been before, or other people. And that's where these other, the six of sword is changing from one way of thinking to another. It's like, I don't need to compete. I'm an awesome catch, and if someone can't see it, that's whatever. And I'm going to go shine my light bright. I am brave. I am beautiful, and I'm going to fly out of darkness and into my own light. And I love that for you. So I kind of feel like that you guys won't go into a romantic relationship, but it's going to be you that goes, eh, I'll pass. Thank you. They can have you. Bye. I feel like you are just like, okay, I'm okay. And that's what I keep feeling for you. So it may not be what you feel right now, but I feel like there's going to be something that you're going to see that does take you in a different direction. So that is what they have for you right now, Shuberry. So many blessings to you. All right, Sarita, let's take a look. Is the banking career meant for you? And if so, will you get it? Well, let's take a look here and see if banking is for your highest experience here. And if so, then you'll get it. And if it's not, then you won't, Blanche. Then you won't. Shima, you will be next after Sarita. And then Lavina. All right. So let's take a look here. Banking for Sarita. Is banking meant for you? What else? Well, I don't think it is, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, 10 endings and new beginnings, which means your wheel is about to change. So something is being removed out of your life and into your life. And you have the Three of Wands, which is about a change of direction. So whatever you were planning before, there's this new opportunity that pops up, because literally you have the Page of Pentacles, which is about a new opportunity coming in the outside world. So I don't feel like that is what is meant for you. I feel like something else opens up. And you do have the Two of Swords here too, which tells you, don't decide like what what your career is and everything based on your mind of, well, this is what makes sense, it's good money, it's blah 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 blah, right? It makes sense with all the mind and on paper. But they're saying, close your eyes and make choices that include your heart and your passion, whatever makes you excited, what makes your heart sing too. Because you can get a job, let's say you get a job in banking, and you're like, well, it's good money and it's prestige and ooh la la and blah blah blah, right? But then you wake up every day going, "Oh, off to the bank I go again. Well, can't wait for the weekend." What kind of life is that, right? You're existing, you're not living. And this opportunity, the switch of things, this, what's going is something more that makes you want to wake up and excited to go to work. And it may not be as much money and as prestigious as, you know, little bankers are and whatever, but it's going to bring you more joy and to make you just glow. And again, you wake up feeling like you're living and that you're not existing. So I feel like that's what they're giving you as far as advice, with where you're headed there with those cards. So that is what they have for you, Sarita. So can't wait to see what you probably already know what makes your heart sing. Is it cooking? You love cooking things, or baking, or do you, enjoy creating things, or do you like managing and helping people and coaching them, or what it is that you love to do? And it's like, there's going to be an opportunity. Look for positions. And even if there's somewhere like my mom, she always loved plants, and her dream job would have been working at a nursery, like a plant nursery. And now, if I was, able to channel now, like back then, I'd have told her, go just go to all the nurseries locally and go, hey, are you guys hiring? Are you hiring part time? Could you use some extra help, seasonal help, whatever? And even if I'm like, even if you have to work a part time job doing something else, but you get to take, you get to work a part-time job doing what you love, that may work into a full-time job or the experience or something. And so don't limit with the brain, like it said with those two of swords. Also follow your gut and your instinct and your intuition, and also what makes your heart sing. So that's what they have for you. All right. Moving on down the list. And guys, thank you so much for all the thumbs up. I appreciate you so much. It does just help spread the love. Thank you. Thank you. Right, Ashima? You want to know, how does Jay see you as a person? Let's take a look here and see what they have. And then Lavina, you'll be up next. And then Era Evangeline, you'll be up for that. All right. Let's see what we got for Ashima. What does Jay see you, or how do they see you as a person? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Interesting. So, first, they see you as someone that people look up to, and that you do get into the limelight. And I don't feel like you um, like he thinks you're someone that wants all the attention and blah 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 blah. I just feel like he feels like a lot of people. It's almost like this, like uh, I had a friend that no matter where we went, they knew someone. People would come up, "Hey, ba-da-da, hey, ba-da-da, hey, da-da-da." Even if, like, we were like, "Hey, let's go, to this town 3 hours away and go see this event." And they're like, "Yeah, let's go." We get there and like, "Hey, da-da-da." And I'm just like, "Do you know everyone? What is up with this?" And I kind of feel like that's what they don't look at it like, everyone. They're just like, "Wow, a lot of people." And people have a great response to you, as well. And then you are a bringer of destruction. No, I'm just kidding. They see you as someone who, I really feel, handles, um, these big changes. Like, you had some really significant things happen in your life that they're aware of, that you just came through, again, victorious. This is a victory card, that you are someone who is strong, that um, everything that you've gone through, that you didn't just survive, but you ended up thriving through. And I kind of feel like they might even think like, wow, how can you smile the way you do and be so happy all the time with what you've been through? And it's this inner strength, because you also have the hermit card here, which does show that he feels like you also have this inner life. And I feel like that's the combination of all these things. They're like, wow, you have really gone on your inner journey. You've really had your dark nights of the soul, and you're wise, and you've really gleaned a lot through it all. And so I feel like, there is this respect, there is this like, wow, you have really went through it. And so I just feel a great amount of respect, that they feel for you. Yeah. And again, it's like you have this Aquarian energy of a star, and that you've have this hope that just comes from you. And they're like, how after, and you're like, I had to, with everything I went through, because that's what kept you like going, right? And you also have the Page of Swords, which is, again, a lot of, like, higher perspective of things, especially with doing a lot of the hermit and inner journey that you've had. You've really done a lot. I wouldn't doubt if you were an air sign with all that page of swords and the star card, but because it sounds very much like you do have this beautiful awareness and this connection that you've developed, uh, having to see things from a higher perspective. Because you're like, after what I went through, it was either do that or die, and I decided to live and not just survive. Like I said, you thrived, and you do. They see you with this joy, 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 that you're like, wow, you are um, someone who has this wholeness and this fullness, and that just floods out to the world. And so he just, like I said, huge respect that they have for you. And that last card, 10 of cups, shows like, wow, they would, be a wonderful person to be, a partner with in life, because of all those characteristics. So I feel they see that, and I don't know. We didn't ask if he feels like if he can be the one. Well, you have the Page of Pentacles. So opportunities opening up in the outside world here soon that will give you that answer. Um, but sometimes when someone has that person on such a high shelf, they're like, I'm not going to be able to keep up with that. But I feel like something's coming up here that will help clarify that even more for you in the very near future. So that's what they have for you, Ishima. So blessings, blessings. All right, Lavina, you want to know if N is still with that third party? Well, let's find out. I do want to stick with the Radiant Rider Waite. And then Era Evangeline, you'll be up next. And then Lilia. And then Queen Bee. Thank you guys so much for your patience as we do make my way down the list. Spirit talks as long as they're going to talk. I'm just the radio. They're the radio station and the radio announcer, right? So let's take a look here. So I feel like, this hanged man is someone that is still like there hasn't been movement. So when you say still with a third party, if they were with a third party, then I feel it hasn't moved much. They're still attached by the foot there. And they still feel like they're in this place of emotional fulfillment. But there's this judgment card, which is double endings and double new beginnings. And I'm not sure how much this usually is a call of like their higher self to their human. But I kind of feel like spirit, there's going to be this change of things that are going to happening, and there's going to be some endings and new beginnings that are coming up. Let me see what they want you to know about those at all. Okay. It's going to be slow coming. They have the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about, this is the horse that goes deer, 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 deer. It's not a fast moving knight out of all four of them. So this is the seasons. Things take their time in the outside world. So it's still going to be a while, but things are really going to be unfolding here. Yeah. Wow. Because the Four of Pentacles comes in here, which is about the outside world will stabilize and things will happen. But, it's like this. You've got a king, a queen, and a high priestess. So I kind of feel like there is this third party, stuff still going on here. And I feel like this is you're the intuitive one, the one that knows the dark, you know the gut feeling, the instinct, what's going on behind the scenes. You just have this, And I feel like you are pulled back into your high priestess temple, and you're doing the looking at your heart and the understanding of things and seeing things there. Um, and that this other would be the third party situation there. But I feel like it's still going to be a while, but I feel like there's going to be endings and new beginnings for all of you involved. And I don't feel like any of you are going to be in each other's lives. I feel like it's going to be all three um, that are just going different directions. Let me see if they have anything else to say about that real quick. Any other clarity around that? Yeah. Because you have the Page of Swords. I feel like this means new communication that's coming in for you that's going to take you out of the situation completely, where you don't care what's happening there. Yeah. Because there's this things are about to go down here eventually, and I feel like you're just getting this call out of the blue that's going to take you somewhere else, and that you won't have to worry about any of the drama that's about to unfold. You're going to be kept um, how do you say, insulated from it all, because you're being drawn somewhere else out of this situation. Anything else? No, that's it. So that's what they have for you, Lavina. So many blessings to you. You hang in there. All right, Era, Evangeline, you want to know, can you have a general for the upcoming winter season? Yay. Yeah, we definitely can here. I kind of am drawn to the native spirit here for your general reading. And I feel like they want to just, winter, of course, starts December, around December 22nd, 23rd. But I feel like they just want to let you know now we're in autumn here in the Northern Hemisphere. Just now, all the way through winter, all the way, to March. So, okay. And there we go. Yeah, you got Medicine Woman, Medicine Man. Beautiful card there. Let's see what message comes in here. Let's take a drink here. So it says profound inner and outer healing is occurring. You're a natural healer, and you're on the mend, or a situation is being resolved. Have faith that it's happening. You are a sacred healer. You are a medicine woman, medicine man of the soul. And your native spirit wants you to know that every indigenous culture has a tradition of healers. And depending on the culture, they're called medicine men, medicine women, shamans. I'm going to murder some of these. Tuhungas, kahunas, sangomas, or curanderos. And I apologize. I know I probably mispronounced all of those, among others. In every tradition, they are the individuals who are able to step between worlds to gain information, wisdom, and healing energies from their spirit allies. And when this card chooses you, you are at the advent of healing emotional, physical, and mental wounds. Additionally, a powerful healing force is activating within you. And all these cards come with the journey. So if this resonates with you, you can do this. It says nature is one of our greatest healers. So spend time with the trees, soak up the rays of the sun, and dance in the rain. Everything in nature has the intrinsic ability to restore itself. You're a part of the natural world, so you also have this innate ability. Often healing needs to occur on the inner planes before it can manifest on the outside. To assist this process, focus on what's great and let go of what isn't working. Hold a vision of the solution that you desire. Be patient and trust that recovery is occurring in its own time and way. Love it. Love that for you. So, healing in all areas of your life, and then this healer activating within you as well. So, what a great thing to look into and contemplate during your winter season. So, I love that for you. All right, many blessings. All right, so Lilia, you are up next, and then Queen Bee, and then Ross Yeri, you will be after that. So you want to know, Lilia, will you meet someone who will connect you to your future spouse? Okay, let's take a look here. We'll look at the Naked Heart Tarot here and see what they would like you to know about a future spouse. And we'll continue going down the list. Thank you guys all again for your patience as I do move in order down the chat. And thank you guys again all for your thumbs up. Appreciate that. It just helps so much. That YouTube algorithm, it just eats all those little thumbs up likes and then shares beautiful videos with other people as well. So thank you guys for doing that. All right. So we got 3 cards coming up here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Well, you have the 2 of Wands coming in, which is all about wherever you are focusing your power, your energy is what's going to be growing in your life. And not only that, you have the Ace of Wands, the Magician. I mean, this is the Magician card, but they are the one that holds the magic wand and activates and puts power into their life. So both of these cards together are so huge in kind of saying that, you don't have to worry about meeting someone who will connect you to your spouse. They're like, you have this power, whatever you're focusing on is what is going to bring in the energy. So if you're focusing on what's missing or what you don't want in your life, you're giving energy to it and feeding it, and that's getting bigger. But when you start to focus on what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, then you expand that and draw that to you instead. So rather than repelling like who you don't want, you attract what you do. And really, they're telling you, but really get really, really clear on what you really want, not what you think you want and what other people have told you you're supposed to want and should want and need want. Because you've got the 5 of Swords here, which is about expectations and a change of this battle between what expectations are good and what are not, and what you are supposed to have and what you're not. And there's like this battle that's going on. And I feel like you get to decide for yourself and you get to like just put all of that mind and all the yakety yakety yak of people telling you who you're supposed to be and what you should want and are supposed to want, and this is what how it's supposed to unfold and has to unfold and it just must unfold this way. And you're just like, you know what, this is my life and I'm going to focus and really get away from all of that and get true to what I want in life and where I want to head. Yeah. Because they said card on the bottom of the deck, and you have the full card, which is endings of old cycles and beginnings of new. You are getting rid of the old way, all this cycle and process, and you have this new start. You have this new adventure. Like you get to be a unicorn if you want. You're like, I'm going to choose what I want, and I'm going to go the direction I want. This is the new adventure that you're headed off on here. So I feel like that is what they are recommending regarding relationship and future spouse is really focus your energy on what you are wanting and really clear out, get very clear on what your true intentions are and what you truly want. Because if you're focusing on what other people are saying you're supposed to have, that's what you're going to be drawing in. And you're just like, you know what? You don't have to tell anyone. This is all an inner power. Everyone can be like, "Oh, I want this, and you should have this." And you're like, "Oh, yeah, okay, thank you." But inside, you're going, "No, I want this and this and this." So you don't have to convince anyone else because you're the one that's going to draw them in from your energy, from your heart. So that's what they have for you, Lilia. And we will move on to Queen Bee. And you want to know what TJ's feelings and intentions are towards you. And then is that Ross? Ras Ayiri? You'll be up next. And then PP, you'll be after that. So let's take a look here. What are TJ's feelings and intentions towards you, Queen Bee? What would Spirit like you to know? Anything else? Okay, let's see what we got here. So you got the Six of Swords that's going on here, and this is a change of mindset from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So expectations are changing in their head. So whatever was going on, there is this change of they thought of you one way, and then they're actually changing. Um, there's also the Four of Cups here. And the Four of Cups does say that when they're looking at the love that they had before, they're bored with it. They're usually leaning up against a tree, just kind of like, so that's what we had, and it didn't really fill me up like I thought it was. And so there's this Ace of Cups that's usually offered that is a higher love, a newer love, one that is more connected to up above. Is generally where it heads, but there is that new love, and there's also the Innocence of Cups, which would be the Page of Cups, again offering this new love that's coming in. So there is movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, old feelings of love to new feelings of love. So let me get clarity on on this and just see, is this them moving towards you, like they're, the mindset is that they're moving into a higher love with you, or is it that things have changed and they're moving away from you? So we'll get clarity on that here if we can. So can you tell me, is this movement away or movement toward? Okay. So I feel like it's movement away because you did get the disappointment card here, which is, it's heartbreak, it's heartbrokenness, it's, things didn't unfold the way that we had expected it to. And, you know, I love something that I read the other day, which said, when people leave our lives, they're not leaving us, they're being moved out of our lives to make room for what's coming next for us. And though at the time it may feel ugly, right? It is for us, and it is for our highest experience, which they're showing you here. Ending of old cycles, moving into a new place, and look, Heart of Wands, Queen of Wands, which is you. You come out of this so focused and so aware of what you really want in your life. You're able to really wield your wand and focus on what you want in your life. And I kind of feel like you learned a lot through this, with TJ and others too, that you're just like, you know what? I know what I really want, and what versus what you thought you were told that you would want. And in the end, you end up really shining bright, and you really like, to the point where your self-confidence and reflecting who you are, rather than trying to twist and contort to be who you think all these people want you to be. And it's just like, no, we need you to be you. And then you shine bright, and you walk into a room and people are like, oh, hey, look. And you just have this confidence for being you, instead of trying to be and change for all these different people, because um, you only can kind of keep up that facade for so long, right? That's what happens in most relationships. People on dates, they try to be who they think the other person wants them to be. And I'm like, you know what? Eventually they're gonna see behind the green curtain. They're gonna be like, who are you? And you're like, uh-oh, busted. Instead, it's like you're having this beautiful transformation of you be you, and then people are just gonna the right people that are going to appreciate you for who you are just going to amplify who you are instead of try to snuff the light and make you not bright. And so I love this for you, because uh, it's going to be life changing. And like it said, that full card is all about you starting this, ending an old cycle and begin this new one that is so much more in alignment with who you are, and what the world needs from you too. So I love that for you, Queen Bee. So many blessings to you. All right, Ross Ayeri, you know what practices uh, you must take to find your purpose? Okay, let's take a look here. I'm going to switch to the Radiant Rider Waite. Let's see what we have going on. And then PP, you'll be next. And then KDP, you'll be next after that. And then Angelina. All right, so let's take a look here, Ross. See what practice you must take to find your purpose. All right. Okay. What else? Okay. What? All right. Okay. Anything else? One more time. Last time. All right. So your first card is the Three of Cups, and this card represents connection to your spirit team. You've got your guardian angels and your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, spirit, creator, whole posse of support. And they are saying, the practice that you must take to find your purpose, your true purpose, your soul's purpose, is to connect inward and upward, because then that is when you get to know your higher self and all these beautiful beings of unconditional love and light that teach you and show you what it is that your true heart's desire is, how you uniquely want to share the love that's within you with the world in your own special and unique way. They are seeing that you carry so many burdens and so much energy trying to live up to all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos. And you're ready. This 10 of Wands is all about you're ready for this ending and this new beginning around your energy, and where you're investing it in your life, because you feel like you're just like existing. Like, I wake up, I go to work, and then I get off work and I do this and this, and I go to sleep, and then I wake up and I go to work. Just feels like you're in a grind where you just feel like you're a workhorse and you're not living, you're just existing. And so they are talking about you connecting. And you even got the full card, which for me represents the soul. Like, this is your human and this is your higher self before you leap off to come down to the earth. But it also represents the ending of an old cycle and a new beginning, which is so much in alignment with that you're putting down these burdens and you're going to be investing your energy in a different place in your life. So I really feel like they are talking about connecting to the spirit world, because you also got the Temperance card here, which sometimes I see this, which is what they're pointing out, is like, here's your human world, and here's the Ace of Cups from the higher realm. Again, here's like your angelic team and your higher self, and you're pouring that down here so that you can see the path that leads you to where you feel like you are more than just a workhorse, that you feel like you are the royalty that you are, that you rule your own kingdom. You're not someone that gets assigned to the horse stalls to, shovel horse manure. You are the king of your life and the emperor of your kingdom. that rolls within you, and you get to decide where you're going. And so this energy that starts off feeling like struggling and battling and in your life, which led up to the Ten of Swords, you actually transforms into that of love, where you realize that all this battling and all the stuff that's made your life uncomfortable were friends from back home that promised that when you came down here, when you were getting drawn off into the existing mode, that they were going to come and whip your butt with these things to make it feel uncomfortable for you staying still, because you said, well, no matter what happens, when I get into this, I can see my path and I see how I'm going to get into this little thing, that I want you to come and just take away comfortable things, make it uncomfortable, so that it's so uncomfortable me not being my true self that the fears don't stop me anymore. And I feel that's where you're at. It's so overwhelming, the amount of energy that you're investing into your world, and you feel like you're pouring it into a black hole, and you are ready for this change. So I feel like the more you connect inward and upward to your higher self and spirituality, and then you see and you know what makes your heart sing, not trying to live up to other people's expectations, but what truly makes your heart sing, and how you uniquely want to share your unconditional love with the world. And then you wake up excited about life, instead of feeling like you're going to go to a job where you're going to be stinking all day shoveling horse manure. So I love it, because it feels like it's like a prince who was separated from royalty when he was young and sent to a pig farm where he's shoveling pig crap, and then they find that he was royalty, and now he's moving up and cleaning himself off and becoming the royal person that they know themselves to be. And that's what I feel is for you. So many blessings. All right. So PP, on to you. And you want to know what's Ben David's feelings and intentions for you? Let's take a look here. Excuse me. So we'll take the good tarot and see what we've got going on there. All right. So, what are Ben David's feelings and intentions for you? What would Spirit like him to know? Anything else? Okay. Let's see what we have got here. All right. So we've got the Six of Earth card first, which is the Six of Pentacles. And, it's my codependency awareness card. And I know it's like, oh no. So, you know, I feel like he's being drawn to you um, for a mirror for you, so that you can go, oh no, not again. Not another one of these relationships where I'm over giving and giving and giving and giving. And then I give until I'm exhausted, and I give until I'm resentful then. And then they end up investing their energy outside of the relationship because I don't feel comfortable allowing them to give to me. And there's this relationship that, goes this way, right? And I feel like that their feelings and intentions really are, it's all spirit that is bringing another mirror, because it's a messenger for you to see this and how you feel about yourself. And I say that because you have both the Ace of Air, Ace of Swords, as well as the Page of Air, the Page of Swords, which this is all about a review of your thoughts and your expectations and your beliefs. And it's this huge connection to seeing things from a higher perspective that only comes through mirrors coming into our lives. Otherwise, we're so in it, we don't realize it until there's this stark mirror and we're looking at ourselves in the mirror going, oh, so these are the teachers that have been coming into my life, continually showing me what I want to see about myself until I see it. And I feel like this is the time frame where you see it and you understand, oh, so this comes from very early in my life when I had these emotional concepts that were given to me that I had to do extreme things in order to be lovable and to get attention. And it usually comes from parents or teachers or coaches or people in authority, that we had to do so much, you know 100 of something to get one thing back. And it was these extremes that taught us to be overgivers and enablers in codependent relationships. And I feel like this is what's coming in here, because you do have the Four of Pentacles, which is all about this movement up in your worth as it is relating to the outside world. So this whole relationship, regardless of what their feelings are and intentions, it's like that's all the character backstory to bring this to you right now. And this is what spirit is wanting you to know. Because it's like, I don't feel like it's the first time. I feel like it's like, oh, here's another one. And I know I went through that. I had like 5 longish term, and there was other ones in between that didn't last a week or 3 weeks or a month. So plenty of mirrors, crazy hall of mirrors I walk through. So no judgments, and where these tendencies come from, because with that ace of air and that page of air, you're really getting into the nitty gritty of understanding. Ah, for me, it was, um, when I went to counseling, and they just go, "I know it sounds cliche, but how was your relationship with your parents?" And I go, "Well, I felt like, they weren't around a whole lot, and so when they were, I had to do extreme things like go way above and beyond and get awards in school so I could get attention from them." And so she goes, "So you felt you had to do extreme things to get their attention?" And I was just like, and in my mind, I saw how that transformed into school, me trying to always, you know, do very well with teachers. And then when I got out, doing very well in work where I had to be the overachiever, and in relationships. And I just sat there as my whole life was like, oh, that's where all that came from. And it just unfolded before me. And I kind of feel like that's where you're at right now, is you're realizing this, and this is what's unfolding, because you also have the transformation card, which is death and rebirth card. But I love that they call it transformation, because you are seeing things unfold, and this relationship is showing you so much. And it's going to be like a pivotal point in your life that you're going to look back on and go, this is where my life changed. This is where the boom, big light bulb went off, and you understood of why you drew all the people into your life that you did, that would just allow you to overgive and overgive and overgive and then leave. And and now you're going to be able to change that worth to where you're will draw on people that will, you'll allow to give to you, but that are willing to give to you. And it'll be this cohesive adult to adult relationship, instead of what turns into a child parent relationship where you're the parent and they end up being the child, and you end up taking care of them until you're like exhausted and resentful. And that's what I feel is, unfolding here. And I know that's not probably the direction that you thought this would go, but wow, what a freeing, transformative knowledge and experience this is going to be for you. And so that is the message they have for you. So hang in there, um, and just many, many blessings to you. Just trust me, on the other side of it, release, relief, and freedom. So I do love it for you. although it may feel sucky right now, but hang in there. I send you a lot of love. All right, Katie, you are up next, and you are struggling to move on from Jordan. Yeah, I understand. Let's take a look here and see what spirit would like you to know. What advice they have for you to feel your feels, but also get your power back, right? So let's take a look here. What would you like Katie to know, please? Okay. Anything else? Okay. Okay. So obviously, I mean, three of air is the three of swords, which normally has that big heart on it with three swords stuck in it, which obviously is where you're at right now. You feel this heartbroken feeling, which is fear. That prick in our heart that we think is our heart breaking is just our heart going into fear mode to try to protect us because we feel like uh, betrayal and whenever that inner child of ours feels unsafe or it feels out of control, ring ring ring, the alarm sounds and whoosh, we're out of our minds and we're into the survival mode of trying to get back feeling in control, trying to get back to feeling safe again. And and you will. And you will. I mean, you have the Ace of Swords, so you have power returning into your mind. And if you can do any kind of breath work, whenever you start to feel the rise, as soon as you start to feel the little, prick start to happen, just realize, okay, fears are coming. How do I get out of fear? Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, or if you have sinus trouble, you can in through your mouth and out through your mouth. Don't do like in through your mouth and out through your nose or whatever. That'll take you into unhealthy things. Just in through your mouth and out through your mouth, or in through your nose and out through your nose. It helps get the adrenaline, get the fear, and gets you back into your mind where you can continue to connect to capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. And it allows you to question and understand where your fears are. So when you're in a place of calm and you're not in the fear mode, because we can't think when we're in fear, we're just looking to fight or flee and get safe again. And so when we feel safe again, then you can do your Queen of Water work, your Queen of Cups, which is like the High Priestess. She goes deep into her emotions to understand what's going on. What am I fearing? What is really at the root of this? Because every moment's either of unconditional love or it's of the fear of losing conditional love. And it's like, what do I feel I've lost? What do I fear it means about me, or what am I fearing in this moment? And then keep asking what you are fearing until you get to the root of where the fear is. And that is going to help you free yourself from the loop of being in fear, because the more we keep our fears deep in that deep part of our emotions, the larger it seems. But when we take it out and we're like, oh, it's a guppy. I thought it was a whale, and we understand and we can get to the root of what's going on there. Because you do have new opportunities that are going to be coming up in the outside world with the Page of Earth, the Page of Pentacles. But I feel like this is, you are coming to a new place of your worth as it relates to your outside world, because you are doing this inner work, and this has all happened for you and not to you. And I feel like when you really get in there and sit in that, you'll realize, okay, I'm not a victim to a situation. My higher self, the crazy fool that our we feel our higher selves are, they wanted me to go through this on purpose for a purpose. So what in God's name did you want me to learn through this? And it's really understanding that, and it takes you from a place of feeling like you're a victim of the outside world and that things are happening that you're out of control about, that this is a fated event that was designed to happen at this exact time in your life, because you do have your higher self here, your king of fire, which is the king of wands. And here they are holding your beautiful, powerful heart, and they're wanting you to understand how powerful you are. And we do come down here to experience what it might feel like to have our heart broken, when in reality it can't. But in experiencing this feeling of smallness and victimhood, and the things that we all come down here to experience, we understand the powerfulness of who we really are by experiencing our opposite. And this is a time for you, designed for your inner journey, because you have the hermit card that has come up. So it is about you going inward with your higher self, trusting your higher self that they have total unconditional love and your highest experience in store, because they are you, you are them. And you are going to find your way through this. It's just, I feel like breathing is such an important piece of this for you, as it unfolds. And yeah, any of the nine of water, the nine of cups, wish fulfillment does come forward. Your true wish fulfillment. I mean, you've got, um, you know, the nine is the hermit's journey, and this is the emotional hermit's journey, the journey into understanding your true love that resides in your heart. And these outside mirrors, with Jordan being a huge one for you, is showing you what you want to feel about yourself right now, even though I know you're like, but it feels ugly. It's like, I know, we all have been there and been in and out of that corridor plenty of times. And just know that it is happening for you. Take deep breaths, spend as much time as you can connecting and going inward, and connecting inward and upward, but breathing a lot, and um, just connecting to that love that you have inside. That's what they have for you. So hang in there, Katie. Send you much, much love. You got this. You know you do. But I know it feels ugly sometimes. But on the other side of it, you're going to feel like that wish fulfillment card. Just wow, you're going to feel so powerful. So allow yourself to feel, but flow through it. And even sometimes, if you feel like this is never going to end, set a date. Like, say, I'm going to mourn from now until boom, and this is when the mourning period is over. And set a time, like, so you're like, you don't feel like it's going to be forever, that you're going to do it between this time frame. Can also help if that resonates. All right, many blessings. All right, Angelina, you want to know the rest of October for you, and I feel like we are going to the Magic of You Oracle. So we'll take a look there. Make sure I didn't skip anyone. No, okay. So let's see what we got here for you, Angelina, for the rest of October. I like it. You got the doable card. And it says, the key is within your grasp. Look how they're busting through and grabbing the key. And it is card number 4. Let's see what this says. It says, what you seek is within your grasp. As with all yeses, there are adjustments. Release yourself from a lingering mental prison of fear that you are not enough, that you are not worthy. You have the right key. Don't doubt it. It's time to be grateful for your teachers, even the ones whose lessons you didn't necessarily like. Past lovers, past employers, bullies, cyber stalkers all had lessons to teach you. Incredibly, when you meditate on gratitude for these lessons, the struggles around you dissipate. Kind of feel like this is also for you, Katie. It's almost like what I was talking about. So we can share messages. The key to opening the rest of your life hovers within your grasp. It's yours to use. The girl of doable in the picture here, she fearlessly breaks through the glass ceiling and grabs the potent symbol of her getting of wisdom, the golden key. Tears of blood are shed, residues of past pain and losses, reflected in the carved face on the entry above her, are now transformed into power and assertiveness. So, if you need to see that picture, so you can see the pain and everything up in her face here, but it's being transformed into power and assertiveness. And if this card is drawn at a time you're seeking to step up into the next widely acknowledged level of success, whether it be a career advancement, passing a test, being accepted into an institute of learning, then this card would definitely indicate the answer of yes. So uh, I love the power of that card for you, Angelina. And then I feel, Katie, that that also was for you. It's like they love giving messages that impact, and it probably was for more than just the two of you and me as well. It's for all of us, I'm sure. But a beautiful message for you, Angelina. So thank you for asking. The rest of October is going to be an empowering thing where you break through and grab that golden key and have that assertiveness and that power that returns to you this month. So I love it. All right. Let's see. Where are we at here? So, Kay, you said you have another question. How does E, the Gemini, feel towards you currently? Let's take a look here at the Naked Heart. And we are at a little over 2 minutes. I'm going to hang on a little further here because I do want to get through some more of these since I do sleep in on Monday mornings. Because the weekend I'm on so much that it's time to recharge. So I'm gonna do want to try to get through a couple more of these here for you. So E, the Gemini. So they see you as someone that uh, is like this. You have this inner, you know, I want to say confidence, but you have this inner worth that comes across as confidence, like a flamingo, they just are these sights to be seen. They're very, I mean, confidently, they can stand on one foot for a long time. It's like the Nine of Pentacles is like the hermit that finds their wholeness from within. And so it kind of feels like they see you as this confident individual. And even though they feel like you've gone through emotional pain and stuff before, I feel like that they don't feel like you have like rehearsed it and nursed it and all this stuff where you're like dramatic about things that have happened in your life. You're like, I learned from it, I grew from it, and that's what brought me to this inner confidence. I've thrived through it because I feel like you have had a death and a rebirth. Um, like you've gone through a huge, and this is what they feel, that you've been through a lot and that you transformed. You came out of this, it's almost like it kind of evolved as you had this, and then you transformed and now you're this beautiful, you know, um, expression of your journey that you've gone through. Because you had the movement of cups, which is the knight of cups, which is movement of emotion. So I feel the Gemini, even though they're air signs and they do a lot in their head, I feel like they do have, you know, these emotions that are moving underneath their, their brain. Um, but I feel like this is the analysis that they had of you in their brain of, oh, I see what she's done, what she's accomplished, and look what she's gone through and where she's at. And they're like, hmm, that touches my heart deep down here. That's a true Gemini, right? So I feel that's what's going on and where they're at right now. I feel like they're a slow mover though. I don't feel like they're a fast person. But there is the Wheel of Fortune, which is endings and new beginnings. There is something about to change in, I feel like both of your lives. Let me see if they'll give us anything about the impact on for you for your life. Okay, okay. So it's either that there is this bond that brings you guys closer together, or it ends and you both end up in with someone else. But in either case, you're going to be fine. It's either this change that's about to happen, this wheel of fortune, the wheel of fates are about to, and it'll bring you together, or it's going to take you guys. Your wills are either going to bring you closer, or your wills are taking you guys in different directions, like, um, which I feel it's more the bringing together. But we shall see. It'll be happening soon. But I feel like they are a slow mover. But whatever fates happen here, it almost like they're showing me like one of those movies where the one of the people are very shy or very slow at moving, and so they're on a train or whatever, and something goes and they're like, oh hi, it like throws them together, where it's like, oh, he normally wouldn't do that, but something brings you guys uh close together fast. So there we go. Okay, we'll see what unfolds there. That's their message for you though. All right, so let's keep on going down the list here. Let's see where we're at. All right. And welcome, Life Path Mystic. If you are still hanging out here, glad. Thanks for subscribing and being here. And you do have a question, so you'll be next here. You want to know, is your current love interest a fruitful connection or a walk away? Let's take a look here. Hey, Cricket. We'll try to get you in here too. Hey, Jalen, DK. Let's see how we're doing here. All right. So, your love interest, life path, Mystic. Let's take a look here and see what they have going on here. Oh my goodness. Cards flying out all over the place. Let me just refresh these real quick. All right. Tell me about life path, Mystic, and their current love interest, please. What else? They have a very interesting story. So it starts off here. This is your love interest, right? Obviously, you have the Lover's card here. But then they bring in the Hermit card, which is, of course, your inner journey, you withdrawing, you being into your shell and into your inner journey, which 10 of Wands. And for this, I do feel it's like this is the ending and the new beginning. You've had like a lot of energy that you've invested in it, but you also have the judgment card, which is, for me, the endings, double new beginnings, the higher calling. I just feel like, especially with these three cards, this is about you being called. It's like walking away, you being called to this inner journey, connecting upward, and that your energies can be more used in a different way that isn't more beneficial to your path and to your journey, for your highest experience. So, with all those three, I do feel, you know, when I saw this card pop up, I'm like, oh, look at that. And then boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, look at that. So I do feel like it is a walk away situation there, because I think you said, should you move forward with your loan interest, to give it a try? And I feel like it's like you've invested a lot, and they're like, it's time for you're being called inward and upward, for your journey right now, for your life there, life path mystic. So that's what messages they have for you. Of course, you get to decide what you want, right? But I feel that is what they are telling you this evening. So many blessings to you, and welcome. All right, Cricket, let's take a look here. You said your Sagittarius found yourself on the adventure. Oh no. Oh, your dad is a Leo in the hospital. Not good, helping care for my mom. Okay. We can see what they any advice they have for you real quick too. We definitely will send prayers and peace and love your way. Let's see what any advice that they have for you, Cricket, as well. Hmm. Yeah, there's new things are going to be opening up here, really quick here in your outside world. This is new opportunities that are coming in, but you got this temperance and this balance that's coming. So just be patient with it as it unfolds here. Don't feel you have to defend things or make everything right for everyone else. The Seven of Wands is, allow you to have you, and what is going on, focus on with you with your dad, with you with your mom, but don't worry about trying to make all their lives better. Just love. That's all you can do. And the Seven of Wands, it shows that people, when they're feeling low and feeling down, that when you're up, they'll try to bring you down to where they're at, because they um, don't like feeling low, but they already feel that they're low. So you can instead let your light come out and help bring them up. And just you do that through love, love, love. And that's all that you can do. You can't make anyone feel any particular way or change the way they're thinking. The only way we change the world right is through changing hearts, and you do that through that. Because you got two sevens here too, so there's emotional confusion going on, a lot of emotional energy going on, but all this is, just to bring you to this place where you can balance the lower world with the higher world, and where you're able to see things from a new higher perspective than you would before you went into all this, right? But yeah, love, just love. That's the answer to every question, right? Love, love, love. And we send you a lot of love, and we send your mom and your dad a lot of love too. Hang in there, Cricket. All right. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given me, and it really helps out the channel. If you haven't done that yet, I really appreciate you doing so. It just takes a quick little click, and it's free, which is the best price. So DK, let's see here. I want to know, why is KK ignoring you for a few days? Is the connection over from his side? All right, let's take a look here. What's going on with KK? What would you like us to know? Okay, anything else? Well, the Sky Father is here, which is the Emperor, and I feel like they're just really getting a hold of their life. I mean, they've got the Three of Cups here too, which it's like they really are just like getting things figured out in their life, and they're like, I want joy, I want celebration, and I feel like they're just like it's almost like their table. They're showing me like this, like one of those old tables they had in the castles where it's like a really really long table where like 20 people would sit at it and it was full of stuff. He felt his life is like so just overwhelmed with things, and he just had it. He's cleared everything off the table, and now he's slowly putting things back on it that make him feel joyful. And it's almost feels like I don't want to say he had like a nervous breakdown, but it's just like he just got so overwhelmed. He just had it with everything that was coming out with him from every different direction. And so, baby with the bathwater, everything went off the table. And I feel like this is what he's doing is he's doing this reflective period, and he's trying to figure out what brings him joy and what doesn't, and what didn't bring him joy doesn't end up on the table, you know. Um, yeah, because that's what here's the stuff that isn't bringing him joy, and he's leaning up against the stuff that does bring him joy. And the Three of Pentacles is coming in here too, which is he's trying to find his authentic self and trying to invest his energy in that. So i don't I don't feel like the connection is over. I just feel like every connection ended suddenly. Like he put everything on pause, and then we'll see what unfolds with that, with what he decides with his authentic self. So, what is it in your best interest to wait? We'll ask. We'll ask that. Well, got the Two of Cups, so I would just, if you care about them and you want a connection, just wait it out. Just understand that they're going through this weird alignment of their life right now of just trying to get everything figured out. And if you're patient with it, and then he contacts you and says, oh, sorry, I was in a weird place and blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, I get it, I understand. So do you want to talk about it? Are you okay? And just be that person, not like, I can't believe you didn't contact me. Ugh, it's like supportive of what they did, unless it becomes a habit. They're always doing it, and then he's out. But I like that. That Two of Cups came up for you. So that's what they have for you tonight. Just hang in there, okay? All right. So we answered that one. And I'm not sure, Jalen, are you still here? It looks like you asked if you could ask a question, but I don't see that you did. And TH. And Amrita, did I end up answering your question, Amrita? Oh my gosh. Did I totally miss you? Oh my gosh. How did that happen? So, Amrita, if you are still here, I have great apologies for you for totally missing that. You were like way at the beginning. So I will complete yours, and then I'm going to be at 2.5 hours. So I'm going to have to end it at this one. Um, so if I wasn't able to get to you guys, I will be back the rest of the week at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday through Thursday, and then back Friday morning at Friday and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Friday night, I will be there 7 p.m. Saturday, YouTube 8 p.m. Also on Instagram at 5 p.m. on Saturdays. And then back Sunday, 10 a.m. and then 7 p.m. If you need an answer tonight or today, wherever you're out in the world, I do have a lot of playlists that are listed in the description box of this video, but also if you go to my main page, a ton of playlists. I've got weekly energy updates. I've got monthly readings by each zodiac sign as well. All the weekly updates are by zodiac sign. Pick a card reading. So just follow your heart, and spirit will bring you to the video, recorded video that will have your messages there too. So my apologies again, Amrita, for totally skipping over you. I don't, you know, what, what, what can I say? But apologize. It was definitely not intentional. So let's take a look here. How is it that M is not regretting on the blunder he made in your life? Let's take a look here and see what M is going on here. Hmm. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah. So obviously, this is the disappointment and the things that came into your life. And he's in like this emperor seat where um he doesn't even realize, like, he's only seeing himself. It's like I feel like it's this emperor who is almost like a narcissist, which basically are individuals that were so neglected, so had so much pain and so much stuff in their life when they were young, and they were raised by individuals that only looked out for themselves because no one did, and so it's passed down kind of from generation to generation, where they just see their own pain and that they don't feel they can depend on anyone else, so they make decisions that are only for their own selves, and they feel like they're the only ones that are going to watch out for them, and they don't trust anyone else, that they make this type of decisions for themselves. Because in addition to that, I mean, you had the emperor, and then we have the king of pentacles with the five of wands, which, look at, feel like this is the hellfire they created, and it's like there's this bonfire, but they are focused in on their own success, their own security, because again, they just feel like from a very young age that all they've been surrounded with is this energy of competition and people doing stuff to them to take away their power, and so that this other person could feel in control. And again, I just feel like it's like the father is what taught the son to be this way and to only look out for themselves, because the page of cups is here, which, like, this is, I almost feel like this is you, and you are this chalice, this individual who just wanted to receive, and so you so lovingly opened up to receive, and then they took stuff out, and you're like, Wait, what are you doing?" And so they took stuff from you and go, "Oh, they just drank the cup." You're like, "No, you were supposed to put stuff in it." And they're like, "Thank you," and then belched and walked away, and it's like, what is this? What just happened? And and it does. It feels that very much like they just don't know any better, because it's what they were taught and what they've grown up with over and over and over again. So, it's like they don't know what regret is, because the people that did things to them and had this stuff that they took stuff away from them when they were young, had no regrets, and so they were taught that you don't have time for regrets, you just have time for survival. And I kind of feel like that's the kind of person that they are, is this person that feels like they're always having to defend themselves, and they're in this fight or flight mode, like, all the time, just worried about who's going to you know attack them next and take things from them next. And so they just are walking around with these blinders, only seeing themselves, not seeing who they're walking over and hurting as they're going through that. So, you know, it's everything happens in our life on purpose for a purpose. So, that this happened and that this came into your life, if you can look somehow past it, to why you would want to have experienced, what does it teach you about you? What does it teach you about how powerful you really are? And allow you to find this love within yourself, not having found it out there and having experienced what they went through, how you would want to treat yourself differently, because everyone is a mirror showing us how we feel about ourselves until we see it. And that this very dark, clear mirror came of like, wow, it's obviously something so intense to show you uh, a big wake up for you about how you feel inside and how you want to feel about yourself inside. So I feel like that's what, um, you know, where they're coming from, but that also allows you to see what emotions are coming up within you and what you want to feel, with your life there. So that is what they have for you, Mrita. Again, my apologies for skipping over you there. And for everyone else that I'm not going to be able to get to this evening, I do need to sign off and go recharge. Again, thank you guys so much for all the likes and the subscribing and all your beautiful questions. I'm so honored to that you trust me to connect to the spirit world for you and for your messages. And the earlier you get into it, usually I can get through because I'm usually on like 2 hours. Sometimes I do stretch it for 2.5, but I try to get to as many people as I can. And I please know that I do battle with guilt about leaving without having been able to answer everybody. Know that I care for you very much. Please check out any of my recorded videos. Spirit speaks through them for you as well. Just follow your heart to go to those. I'll be back again. And till then, please know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until we meet again, you guys hang in there and you take care of yourselves. And we'll talk soon. Have a great night or a great day wherever you're at in the world. Take care.